Hello YouTube! Welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul Ruiz, also known as Dude, and today I'm gonna be using a Frosmoth team. Do you like mods? Is that something you would like to use? Well, this is a channel for you because I usually try to use different Pokemon, several Pokemon that maybe are not very used or like very popular in the competitive scene, but that we here use them, and we have strong reasons for using Pokemon like this because we try our best to create a team that has enough components to make the Pokemon work. So that's how this team is going to be used today. So before we get into the details of the team, as usual, if you like to support me, I will really appreciate if you can consider subscribing to the channel and leaving a like on the video. It helps me a ton. And let's explain how this team works. So the idea was like I wanted to use Frosmoth. Frosmoth is a Quiver Dance Pokemon, right? Like similar to Volcarona, Quiver Dance is a broken move that is only given to some bug types, not even like every bug type, some bug types, and Frosmoth is one of those bug types that can access this move that gives you +1 special attack, special defense, and speed in one single turn. So it's a broken concept, honestly. Quiver Dance is a broken move. I would not like to imagine how other Pokemon would be if they were given Quiver Dance on their movesets. It's only for specific, let's say, weak Pokemon or like niche Pokemon, and Frosmoth is not necessarily that weak. If you put attention to the stats, you might think is to the stats only, you might think is weak. It's 70 HP, 60 defense, 90 special defense, 65 speed. Honestly, that sounds really mediocre. Like really mediocre. Like 90 special defense is okay. It's not even amazing. It's okay. It's like average. But 70 HP is like bad. And 65 speed is bad. Special attack is good though. 125 base special attack for this Pokemon, that's nice. But the ability is what makes the difference here. Ice Scales. This ability reduces the damage taken by special attacks by 50%. And I want to elaborate on this a little bit more. It's not an Assaultus. You can like maybe get confused like, oh, it's 50% like reduced damage, so it's like similar having an Assaultus included, which would be already very nice. Like, don't get me wrong, like an Assaultus included like would be amazing. But it's even better than an Assaultus. It's like giving your special defense a 2x boost because you're reducing the damage that your opponent does to you. It's like basically you are resisting every special attack before factoring the actual super effectiveness or resistance based on your typing. But that alone is like a 2x boost. It's similar. It's like the equivalent to a 2x boost to your special defense. And that's a lot. That's honestly a lot. It goes from a level 50 with no investment, 110, to like hypothetically it would be equal to having like 220. It's not the same because you're not doubling your special defense. You're reducing the damage from special moves into you, but it's this like the equivalent, let's say. That's amazing. Ice Scales is a broken ability, and obviously it's given to only Pokemon like Frosmoth. Frosmoth is 4 times weak to fire moves because of its ice and bug typing. So that explains why it has this like really amazing ability. But if you combine that ability with that very good special attack, 125 base, and Quiver Dance, we have something here. We have something. So the idea was like I wanted to use Frosmoth with dual weather because Frosmoth is an ice type, so having the snow would benefit on the very bad physical defense side, giving it a 1.5 boost on its physical defense if snow is active. But on the other hand, if you combine Frosmoth with Pelipper's Drizzle ability, now you have, you know, the rain up, and you're taking less damage from fire moves. And not only that, you're also boosting the power of Terra Blast Water, which is another move we have here. So I wanted to combine that like dual weather option because I haven't seen a lot of dual weather teams lately. We did have some dual weather teams back in Sword and Shield with like, you know, Torkoal and Kyogre, I remember in some cases. But I think Sun and Rain, at least in the current format, is maybe not the direction we should be taking, but Snow and Rain can work, so that's why I made that, you know, a case here for this team. So we have the Snow Warning, a little Ninetales with the choice specs. I wanted more power. Blizzard, Weather Bolt, Freeze Drive, Moonblast, Terra Ice. We need power. Obviously, Blizzard is 100% accurate in the snow. We have the option to hit a lot of Pokemon, but the Weather Bolt is interesting because since I was saying like we have dual weather option, Weather Bolt would be 100 base power Ice type move in the snow. which means like it's stronger than something like Ice Beam, for example, that is only 90 base power. So Weather Ball is a little bit stronger. If you have the choice specs, the Terra Ice, Weather Ball is going to do a lot of damage if you want to lock into like a very strong move, let's say single target. Most of the times you're going to be spamming Blizzard and maybe like Freeze Drive for water types, but Weather Ball is a nice option. Now, let's say you hypothetically have the Ninetales, but you have to bring the Pelipper at some point. You can lock into Weather Ball, it's going to be an ice move, but when Pelipper comes in and sets up the rain, now that Weather Ball is a water move that is boosted by the rain. So that is a very nice interaction in my opinion. Like you can Weather Ball with the Pelipper switching into an Incineroar, for example, and get a one-hit KO sometimes depending on their spread, which I think is really, really cool. And then like Moonblast, just to hit some fighting types that you really need to, like for example Sneasler. Let's say you want to hit it a little bit harder than like Blizzard or Freeze Dry. You can also use it to hit like dark types, let's say like Grimmsnarl, for example. So yeah, it was a nice coverage option. It's max speed, max special attack. And then we have the Frosmoth. Frosmoth has a bulky spread with some speed. It is 1 point faster than modest max speed Blood Moon Ursaluna, so we hit 105 speed. I thought that was probably enough since Frosmoth is slow, but I didn't want to go max speed either because I want to have bulk. It is very bulky, max HP almost, and we have the Quiver Dance, Terra Blast, Ice Beam, Protect. Terra Blast with Terra Water allows you to become a water type and not only resist the fire moves that you were weak before Terra Slicing, you also have a super effective move to hit them that can be boosted even further with the rain. So that's a pretty cool interaction in my opinion. It has the option, obviously, to stay on the field for long battles because of Leftovers Protect. Leftovers being an amazing item for Quiver Dance Pokemon, in my opinion. And yeah, Terra Water makes this Pokemon able to now basically resist their counters, which is very nice. We have Pelipper to set up the rain. Standard Pelipper, Hurricane, Weather Volt, Tailwind, Protect. With Terra Flying to have that extra power in Hurricane when we need it. It's max speed timid, just standard Pelipper, classic, very consistent. Same for Garchomp. I wanted to have Pokemon that can hit steel types because obviously Ninetales and Frosmoth are both ice types, even though Frosmoth has Terra Blast to maybe hit something like, King Gambit or Goldengo for neutral if you Terrasilize. What if you don't Terrasilize? If you don't Terrasilize, Ice Beam and a normal type Terra Blast are resisted by steel types. So yeah, you do have the option to Terrasilize, go for a water Terra Blast in the rain, maybe +1, +2 special attack is going to do quite a bit of damage, but something that doesn't force you to Terrasilize was needed to deal with steel types. So Garchomp and Sneasler are basically here for that reason. Garchomp and Sneasler, two of the best steel types checks, let's say, because you can hit pretty much every single relevant steel type in the format with those two. Garchomp, obviously, a Life Force standard, 3 attacks, Protect. Terra Steel set with Stomping Tantrum, Earthquake, Dragon Claw, Protect. Max Speed Jolly. And then Sneasler with Close Combat, Dark Claw, Throat Chop, and Protect Terra Dark with Unburden and White Herb. The idea is like Sneasler is really good against King Gambit, against Archaludon, of course. But against Goldengo, Sneasler without Throat Chop is completely walled. Like Goldengo is immune to Close Combat and Dark Claw. So that's where like I feel like I need Throat Chop instead of something like Fake Out or Coaching even. I need Throat Chop to be able to hit the Goldengo, and with Terra Dark Throat Chop, you basically get stopped and you do around, I don't know, 80-90% to like average Goldengo. So that's really important in my opinion because Goldengo can be a problem for the other members. With the Unburdened White Herb, if you go for a close combat, your drops are going to be reset by the White Herb and you get the Unburden boost immediately because you're using your item. If they intimidate you, the White Herb is also going to give you a neutral attack stat and also give you the Unburden boost. So it's a nice item to have on Sneasler's Jolly Max Speed. And then we have Incineroar to give the team some defensive play. We have Taunt because I want to have something that can stop Trick Room, at least like Pressure P2 for example with Taunt. Parting Shot is mandatory on a non-AV Incineroar. Fake Out, Flare Blitz, Safety Goggles, something consistent into Amoonguss also, something consistent into like Jumpluff for example. Terragos. Decided to go with Flare Blitz instead of Knockoff because I feel like outside of rain, Flare Blitz is just overall more powerful than Knockoff, of course. You can do a lot of damage to something like Amoonguss, to something like Goldengo, and overall it's very good into Sneasler. Like Flare Blitz is gonna be a 2-shot. Knockoff doesn't do anything to Sneasler, so I prefer that extra damage. Even though you have rain, you can time when you bring the rain. You can also like get rid of your own brain by bringing the Ninetales, and then your Flare Blitz is full power again. So yeah, Incineroar was needed in my opinion because it helps you to set up with Frosmoth. Intimidate, Fake Out is just so good for a setup Pokemon. So we have Incineroar, and that's it, team, guys. You have the rental code in the right side of your screen, and also in the description down below you have the Pokepaste if you want to check it out and check all the EV spreads, or maybe use it on Pokemon Showdown. Let's get into the battles. Hopefully we can have some battles with Frosmoth can do its job in today's video. And we found our first opponent of the day. We're playing against JP from 25th rated. JP is using Incineroar, Garchomp, Porygon 2, Goldango, Amoonguss, and Hydreigon. Double Dragon, but no Dragonite. It's Hydreigon, Garchomp instead. And a Trick Room team. Trick Room mode with the classic P2, Incin, Amoonguss. Okay, so we have to bring our Incin here. That's for sure. That's for sure. I want to use Frosmoth for sure. And I think I'm going to bring Pelipper. Pelipper's not bad. As for the last one, maybe Sneasler. It's between Sneasler and Garchomp, right? Like, Garchomp has a bad matchup into P2. Like, Sneasler can at least get a close combat off. There are 3 fighting weaknesses here, but like, let's go with Sneasler. Like, Goldango's gonna be a problem, but at least I have like Tocha for Sneasler, for Goldango. It's not the same as a Life Orb, Stompy Tantrum, but I think that P2 can become a problem. I have a feeling. So, yeah. Let's begin. Hopefully Frosmoth can have a good show here. Garchomp and Incineroar. Okay. Okay. Can see that. Whose Incineroar is faster? His Incineroar is faster. Wow. It's a very speedy Incineroar. And the Garchomp is not clear Amulet. I think this is a pretty safe play for me. Like, Protect, switch Pelipper. He switches Garchomp out. Oh no, into P2. Into Goldango. Okay. Okay, okay. I can see that. So Goldango, Garchomp, and Incineroar revealed, so no Amoonguss or P2. Like, one or the other. We went for a Protect. Let's see what the Incineroar is going to go for here. Fake Out switch. Okay. So now, I think I'm going to go for a Weather Ball here, and I'm going to Terra, go for a Quiver Dance. Like, you have to respect the Pelipper's Weather Ball, right? So you either, unless you're a Assault Vest Incin, you either Terra or switch out. But I have to Quiver Dance here, so I have to go for the offense. Let's see how my opponent reacts. He's like really high on the ladder. So yeah, Incineroar switches out into Amoonguss, presumably. Yeah, Amoonguss. So no P2, no Trick Room. It's Garchomp, Incin, Goldango, Amoonguss. Okay. So, what kind of Goldango is this? Is this just like a Life Orb Nasty Blood? Goldango went for Protect, so that's a free Quiver Dance, my friend. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Weather Ball is gonna do around 20%, presumably. Yeah. To Amoonguss. The Frosmoth gets the Quiver Dance. We are dancing, baby. So no P2. I wish I had Garchomp instead then. So going for Hurricane here is like kind of obvious. I'm gonna switch Incin. I can double, like, what if they Terra? I'm gonna bring Incin and I'm gonna click Protect. They could Terra, like Incineroar's Goggles, I have a free switch in there, and I can go from there next turn. Unless the Amoonguss is Cover Cloak, I can just fake out that slot. They are terrestrializing the Amoonguss most likely. I don't see a reason to terrestrialize the Goldengo. Maybe. Yeah, it's the Amoonguss. Into fire. Fire type Amoonguss. Okay. Well, I have a free Terra Blast into that slot now. What is the Goldengo doing? Nasty Plot? Yeah, Nasty Plot. And Spore. So, I wish I had knockoff here. I could fake out to get another Quiver Dance. The problem is, like, if the Amoonguss is Cover Cloak. But I want another Quiver Dance so I can outspeed Garchomp, because currently I don't. I can just taunt that thing and... Oh, what if it's Mental Herb, though? I think it's unlikely to be Cover Cloak, so if I have to pick between Taunt and Fake Out, I'm going to click Fake Out and click Quiver Dance again. Because I could have taunted it, but I think it's more likely that you are Mental Herb instead of like Cover Cloak. But who knows? Maybe he is actually Cover Cloak. I was going for another Nasty Blood. Oh my god, are you kidding me? I hate this! I hate this! I had the taunt and I had to decide between taunt and fake out. I was like, oh, it's less likely you're Cover Cloak. You might be Mental Herb. Yeah, game's over. Game is over. Man, unless I get a first turn awake somehow, but this is incredible. This is incredible. Like, I wanted to attack that Amoonguss. It would have been an easy KO, but the problem is, like, I want to outspeed the Garchomp that is in the back. Shadow Ball. I should take that relatively well. Come on, Frosmoth. I need you to wake up, buddy. I'm gonna go for Pelipper. I think this is the last one of Rain, actually. Yeah, it's the last one of Rain. I need you to wake up, friend. I had the taunt, man. I had the taunt. Okay, let's see if I get a first turn awake. Maybe I have a chance. Let's go, Frosmoth! Incineroar is faster than his Goldengo. Wow. So he is Turbo Incineroar. Okay. Did he reveal to have Party Shot? No. Maybe his... What if his Sash? I want a Flare Blitz so badly. But like, a fast Incineroar like this, you could be Focus Sash. So I don't want to deal with that. Get out of here, unless you're AV. Yeah. Okay. Make it rain. That did so much damage. To Incineroar. Like, Goldengo's +4. It's +3 now. Garchomp. You're not... What if you're a Scarf? Like... This person has a Cover Cloak, a Mungus, a Turbo Instant, so I wouldn't be surprised if this is like... Scarf Garchomp. If it's Scarf Garchomp, I'm in trouble. It might be Scarf Garchomp, actually. I'm gonna bring Pelipper and click Protect. Because I want the Intimidate. And also I get leftovers with this play. Let's see if the Garchomp protects. It is able to protect. Okay. So it's not a Scarf Garchomp. For Shadow Ball. So now we're gonna double the Garchomp with Weather Ball and Ice Beam. Like, this game was a complete Frosmoth sweep if I didn't face a Cover Cloak of Mungus, or if I just like taunt that thing. Ice Beam to the Garchomp. No Focus Sash. Weather Ball goes into the Goldengo. I'm faster because it was slower than the Incineroar. And we get a nice critical hit. That didn't matter. Like, Frosmoth was just going to win the game anyways. And that's a Frosmoth sweep, my friend. So happy that I managed to make it work here. I wish it was like a little bit, let's say, cleaner. The Cover Cloak and Mungus made it a little bit annoying. But that's the thing, like, I had the taunt. I had the option to taunt. I was debating between taunt and fake out. And like, in my mind, like, I did the math and I was like, you're probably Mental Herb if I have to guess. But no, it was Cover Cloak. Terrifier Cover Cloak. Yeah, that's a sweep. If I didn't wake up turn 1, I think I still had a chance of surviving with the Intimidate. Maybe I had another chance like next turn. But like, obviously, if they knock off, like, I don't have leftovers anymore, so the endgame was going to be a little bit harder. But yeah, I mean, if I just taunted the Amungus, it was game over anyways. So GG to our opponent. That was a very, very fun set to play, and let's get into the next one. And we found our next opponent of the day. Let's see what they're using. They're using Dondozo Tatsugiri, Garchomp Murkrow, and Meowscarada Skellyderch. This feels like a Series 1 or Regulation A team, right? It literally does. Reg A, Dondozo team, Hyper Offense. Yeah. So I wonder if your Dondozo is standard, because maybe it is not standard if you're using this team today. Something weird could be there, like maybe like Terra Steel Cover Cloak, or maybe like Bandit, or maybe like, I don't know, like Assault Vest or something crazy. I think we have to bring Ninetales for the Dozo. Frostmoth, like, the problem is, like, there's a Murkrow which usually has Haze, and like, I think I'm gonna go Instant. Dozo Sneasler. Wait, how do I KO this Skellyderch if I don't bring Garchomp? I have to bring Garchomp, because this Instant does not have knockoff. So, yeah, Dondozo. Dondozo. Let's see. I'm a little bit scared of that Murkrow also, but Skellyderch Meowscarada. Parting shot, protects what I'm gonna do here. Scarlet protects. Is Scarlet protecting? Is the question. Frosmoth protects. And Scarlet protects. Okay. Whatever. Parting shot. Terra. Parting shot. Terra. Ice beam. Let's go for Terra Blast there. Scarlet cannot do much to Incinerate anyways. So might as well try to eliminate this thing. The Terra Water in front of a Meowscarlet is super risky, but it's for the Skelly. Grass Pledge and Fire Pledge. Getting pledges off. And it's live from Skelly. Wow. Almost. Almost, Frosmoth. Almost. So we have this Sea of Fire for 4 turns. Doing a little bit of damage to both. So this Meowscarlet has to be Sash. There's no way it's not Sash. Let's bring Instant here. Like, Garchomp's taking damage. Fire types don't take damage, so Incineroar is not going to take any damage from that secondary effect. Okay, so you went for Protect. Interesting. Heat Wave. Okay. So now I have a Fake Out. You might double into Dondozo here. I have a free Fake Out Dragon Claw play. I'm gonna go for it. He might switch into Dondozo, like knowing them. Oh, he just went for Protect. Okay. So Fake into Meowscarlet. I wonder if Life for Dragon Claw is enough. It is not. It is not even with the Fake Out chip. Wow. That is extremely annoying. Hopefully they don't Protect. Obviously they do Protect. That is extremely annoying. Like, Life for Dragon Claw with a 15% chip from Fake Out was not enough to KO Meowscarada. Focus Sash. Earth Power. Okay. So Fire Pledge, Heat Wave, Earth Power, Protect. Now the star of the show comes, right? Your beloved Dondozo. There it is. There it is. There it is. The Dozo. Loved by ones, hated by others. Dozo protects. And Meowscarada goes for a Flower Trick into Garchomp. I don't have anything else to do than bring my Ninetales. Get the first try and bring Instant. That's all I can do. And hope that you're not Terra Steel. Because if you are Terra Steel, game is instantly over. First try might do around 30% to this thing. Yeah, Meowscarada, the 1 HP Meowscarada survives. That survived the 1 HP, switches out. Datsugiri comes in. That's what you love to see. Now the question is, are you a weird Terra? We technically still have a chance if this Dondozo is like Terra Grass. If it's Terra Steel, if it has Heavy Slam, the game is over. And it's not over now. It was over since the beginning. I don't want to see a Terrastellization here. Because if you're Terrastellized... Okay, no Terrastellization, so that's good. 30%. Earthquake. Okay. It's just a standard leftovers nonsense. So I'm gonna go for Quiver Dance. Yeah, because this is my turn to get the Quiver Dance because of the obvious Protect. And I need 2 Quiver Dances. Because I need to outspeed the Meowscarada. Maybe even 3 if that doesn't give us Choice Scarf. I don't think Frosmoth +2 outspeeds Scarf Tatsugiri. No, I hit 210. So we just Freeze Dry and go for Ice Beam. Hope for a freeze at this point. Come on, Ninetales. No freeze. Second chance. No freeze. Freeze Dry and another Quiver Dance. Because of the obvious Protect. And unfortunately, I'm not going to have the chance to get a third Quiver Dance. I need to attack now. That Meowscarada surviving 1 HP, bro. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna get it. This is the last turn of Snow. We get a first try, and Ice Beam theoretically does more. Terra Blast would cover for like a different Terra, but yeah, at this point. Come on, freeze. Second chance. We got the freeze, guys. We got the freeze. We hit you 6 times. So we had the chance. Finally. Okay, this can change things a little bit because now I can go for another Quiver Dance. That should allow me to KO Tatsugiri and outspeed it. I think it's like +3 Ice Beam into, because like Meowscarada is Sash, right? So I don't think Tatsugiri has Protect. It could have, but because my best play here is Ice Beam the Tatsugiri, Freeze Ride the Meowscarada. The 1 HP Meowscarada. I think I don't have any other option. Like, if Tatsugiri protects, I think you're a Scarf, so you don't have the option to protect. So, I attack that slot, and if you KO my Frosmoth, Ninetales KOs you, and if you KO Ninetales, Frosmoth KOs you next turn. So, this is overall my best play, unless the Tatsugiri has the option to protect, which, of course, I forgot the Terra, so they're going to Terra Steel. Or Terra Water. Terra Water Tatsugiri. And it didn't protect the Meowscarada. And it Hydro Pump me into the Ninetales. Bro, what's going on? He didn't even care about protecting the Meowscarada. 1 HP Meowscarada, bro. I still think that's my best play, honestly. Like, you showed the protect of Meowscarada plenty of times. I'm +3 speed. Your Tatsugiri cannot KO my Frosmoth. Like, your only way is like Meowscarada KOs me. So you have to protect the Meowscarada and hope that Tatsugiri gets, like, I don't know, an Icy Wind or whatever. I don't know. I still feel it's my best play because what if the, well, yeah, if the Tatsugiri has Icy Wind, for example, Meowscarada protects, Tatsugiri goes for Icy Wind, then Frosmoth is only +2. But a +2, it would still be outsped by the Scarf Tatsugiri, assuming it's a Choice Scarf. And it was Choice Scarf because it moved before the Meowscarada. So then next turn, you go for Icy Wind again, and then Meowscarada KOs me with Flower Trick. Like, it was pretty simple. Unless you don't have Icy Wind, but maybe they don't know that a +2 I'm slower than the Scarf Tatsugiri. They don't know anything about Frosmoth. Frosmoth is really slow. What a game. What a game. Unfortunately, we lost, but it was fun. GG to our opponent. Let's get into the next battle. And we found another opponent. We're playing against Craig from 3250, I think. And it's using Mouse Ape with Rillaboom, with Sinistcha, with Volcarona, and our Chaludon. Okay. We have Mousehold, Annihilate with Sinistcha, and our Chaludon. Something that I'm very familiar with. But I'm not sure if I have enough tools to beat it with this team. Okay. Okay. I don't think this is a Frosmoth game, unfortunately. Frosmoth doesn't match up well here. I need something that can stop the beat up, and I don't have redirection here. So I might lead like Garchomp, Ninetales immediately, and try to have Pelipper in the back with Sneasler maybe. Yeah, this is not a Frosmoth game, guys. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I want to win, of course. And I would have loved to bring Frosmoth, but I don't... I mean, the opponent has double grass, but the problem with the Frosmoth is that you cannot beat an Annihilape. If it's Terra Water, it's just impossible. Mausol or Chaludon, turn 1. Okay. So... I wonder if this is offensive Maushold. I'm just gonna go for damage. He might just side beat up, side population bomb, or just go for a population bomb. Yeah, it's an offensive Maushold. Apparently, it's faster than Ninetales, and it's just gonna go for that. Turn 1, get in there, Chaludon to +6 immediately, which means that it's gonna be super tough because there's a Sinistcha in the back. Like, I have no doubt about it. Okay, 7, 8, 9, 10. Tantrum's gonna do nothing. Yeah, around 15%. And they go for body press with Ninetales, and oh, Ninetales actually survives. Interesting. I have to switch into Pelipper. Like, they're definitely going to attack the Ninetales with Maushold. So I have to sack Pelipper here, unfortunately. Is max speed Maushold because I outsped the Ninetales? Oh, went for Feint. Interesting. Well, our Chaludon actually took quite a bit of damage. All things considered. We're gonna lose Garchomp here, but he might KO itself with Rough Skin. Huh. Okay. Okay, it didn't KO itself with Rough Skin. So now you bring Sinistcha. So I have to Terra the Ninetales here, I think. I don't think Blizzard is going to be enough. I can Tailwind with Pelipper, but Tailwind doesn't give me anything. So I might as well switch into Sneasler. Click Blizzard. The question is, do I want to Terra or do I want to save the Terra for something else? I think I'm just going to Terra for like more power. Just to ensure this Chaludon goes down. Sinistcha might Terra into water, but like that's okay. That is totally okay, so I recycle my Rain. This Chaludon has to go down. If it doesn't go down, like, the game is over, of course. There's a Terastallization from my opponent's side. I imagine this is Sinistcha. Yeah, it's pretty obvious. Into water, yeah. So... Terra Ice Blizzard, just to ensure this thing goes down. Okay, it does. But it's going to match a gotcha, and it's going to obviously KO Ninetales if it connects. It does connect. Now, my question here is like, can you please not get a burn on these Nislayer? That would be awesome. That would be amazing. Thank you, no burn. Okay. So now, what is the last one? I imagine it has to be Annihilate, right? I imagine it has to be the last one. Annihilate has to be the last one. Now the question is, can Sneasler from that range KO that thing with close combat? I think the answer is probably not. Sinistra. Let me make a quick cog. No, close combat is going to be around 50% at most. Ninetales, we have choice specs. I want to see how much damage I should have done to like a physically defensive Sinistra. I'm just using the calc real quick. Terra Ice, Blizzard. How much did we do? I think we did around 25%, 20%. 20%. So that is especially defensive Sinistra. Oh, it's Rillaboom. No Annihilate. So Pelipper is faster. I don't have Fake Out, unfortunately, but they don't know I don't have Fake Out. I'm gonna double you. Not close combat. Okay, they just risked the Fake Out. Okay, we get the KO. So that was not AV Rillaboom, apparently. He went for String Sap. We have the White Earth, my friend. So we get back to neutral. So match a gotcha String Sap. I imagine in a team like this, you have Rage Powder, right? So I think I'm going to protect. Do I need to protect? I'm going to protect and click Hurricane. It's still winnable for them, for sure. Strings have Sinistra. And they have the grassy terrain now for stronger Machagachas. And they miss on Pelipper. Let's go, Pelipper. Okay. Now we just double into it with close combat and Hurricane. Close combat. This might be enough. It is not. Are you Citrus Berry? It is Citrus Berry, but I think even with the Citrus Berry, I should still get the KO with Pelipper from that range. Hurricane comes off, and it is a KO. Let's go, Pelipper. Pelipper put in work in this battle, getting the KO on the two grass types, on the Rillaboom. That was probably not an AV Rillaboom. Because obviously, no, that was 100% not an AV Rillaboom because of the Archaludon. Yeah, I was forgetting about the Archaludon. That Archaludon early game was kind of annoying, honestly. And I'm very surprised that the opponent went for Feint instead of going for Population Bomb on that turn on the Ninetales. Like, Population Bomb covers for the switch in. And that would have KO'd Pelipper. So then Pelipper, if you KO Pelipper, obviously, then in the end game, I wouldn't have had enough power to beat these two Pokemon like Rillaboom and Sinistra. But he went for Feint, and we took advantage of that. So GG to our opponent. That was a fun game. Let's get into the next one. And we continue with more battles, and we now have to face Cassie. Hello, Cassie. It's using Dragonite, Incineroar, Amoonguss, Sneasler, Ursaluna, Blood Moon, and Goldango. Okay, I think this might be a Frosmoth game. I want to use Frosmoth. I want to showcase Frosmoth. So I think this might be. I just have to be careful with the Sneaslers and the Dragonites. But I can bring Incineroar this time, which is nice. Incineroar, Frosmoth for sure. Do I bring Ninetales? Like, Ninetales is not bad. It's not bad at all. But we need something for that Goldango. 100%. So maybe we need even both Garchomp and Sneasler. And we just play without weather. Maybe I bring Garchomp and Ninetales. That might be better. But I want to Terrasilize in this game. So you know what? Let's bring the Pelipper. Let's bring the Pelipper. I think Pelipper or Ninetales like both have an argument for being brought to this match, honestly. But I think Pelipper overall gives me more flexibility. I have the option to power up the Terra Blast on the Frosmoth. I obviously have Hurricane for Sneasler. So let's see. Incineroar Frosmoth versus Incineroar Sneasler. My Incineroar is faster. Good to know. So I want to go for Terra Quiver Dance immediately. You can also switch into Garchomp. They can have Fake Out. Yeah, let's switch into Garchomp. If they Fake Out Incineroar slot with their Sneasler, then they're going to break their own Sash. Which I don't mind at all. Let's see. They're switching out Incineroar, so we both made the same play. Kind of. Into Goldango. Okay. So what are you doing with the Sneasler? Are you clicking Fake Out into my Incineroar slot? No? Just Dark Claw immediately? Okay. I get it. I get it. I could switch it to Pelipper and click like Earthquake. And I think I'm going to do that. He just went for the Dark Claw into the Frosmoth. Okay, Incineroar comes back. That's fine. That's fine as long as I don't get Dark Clawed by this thing. And you know what I mean when I say Dark Claw, right? Like the status conditions. So we both have revealed our 3 Pokemon. Dark Claw, please Pelipper. Thank you. So Earthquake into both. This is going to bring Sneasler probably to Focus Sash. Yeah, it's Focus Sash. And it's no Citrus Berry. So I think I can just like Weather Bolt here and Earthquake. You can only Fake Out one. Fake Out the Pelipper. Dark Claw into a Resistance just for the RNG. Let's go. And you get the Paralysis. What a masterful play. What a KOing itself. What a master play. Amazing. That's like next level play. Pelipper flinched. But Incineroar goes down here. Yeah. I have no other option. I'm just going to click Dark Claw, KOing myself. I could switch out. I don't care. I just want the RNG because that's what this move is supposed to do, right? Okay, fine. I get it. Ursaluna, Blood Moon, and Goldango. Now the problem is my Garchomp is paralyzed. This Ursaluna has to Terra. I'm gonna bring in Sin. How many rain turns do I have left? I still have quite a bit. I could Tailwind. No, I don't want to Tailwind. I'm just gonna sack Garchomp, honestly. I'm gonna sack Garchomp. It's unfortunate that I had to take the paralysis. I think without the paralysis, the game was very much in my favor. Oh, going for Terra Water here. Okay, I get it. So I was gonna click Nasty Plot for sure. Oh, never mind. Click Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball, Hyper Voice. And it's life for Goldengo. I'm still faster than the Ursaluna, surprisingly, even paralyzed. A lot of Ursalunas in this kind of teams are actually like bulky. So Hyper Voice. Okay, we got some damage. Now, I can't just bring Incineroar, click Fake Out, and Weather Ball, right? Can also alternatively click Fake Out and Tailwind. But I don't think that's needed. If this Ursaluna is a Solvest, I don't think it goes down. But it might not be a Solvest, and it's just like maybe, I don't know, Cover Cloak or something. But it's still Weather Ball. I'm gonna go for it. I think it's my best play regardless. Okay, no Protect on anything. Vacuum Wave, so that's a Solvest Ursaluna. Most likely opponent saying like, okay, I'm gonna lose Ursaluna, but I might as well just get something before going down. It didn't go down. Wow. That is 100% a Solvest, but I was expecting to KO there. I think I might as well just go for Tailwind here. And Flare Blitz, I guess, in the rain. Oh, Goldengo went for Protect. Why would you Protect there? He's stalling the rain, I guess. Yeah, and Incineroar is not pressuring anything here. Yeah, rain stopped. So we're just going to click Blind Hurricane, Flare Blitz. Battle was canceled. I don't understand your Protect play, my friend. I really don't. Like, I'm trying to understand, but I don't know what he was expecting. Like, he was expecting maybe I would focus into the Goldengo. Like, you have a 1 HP or Saloon, I have to get rid of it. And this was a Frosmoth game. I had it. I had it in the back. It's just like opponent didn't let me. Like Frosmoth would have just set up in front of the Goldengo, in front of the Ursaluna, and they wouldn't have done any damage to Frosmoth. And I was saving the Terra for it to resist Maker Rain. But we didn't even get to show it. But it was there. It was there. It was there. Like, of course, Garchomp with Pelipper was so good in this early game that, you know, we just had to go for it. So, GG to our opponent. Let's get into the next battle. And we found another opponent. We're playing against Patricio. Hello, Patricio. Welcome to the channel. Oh, Patricio's using Porygon 2 Weezing. I haven't seen this kind of core, let's say, ever. And there's a Pelipper also. But no Archaludon, no Basculegion, no anything. Interesting. There's Rillaboom, Volcarona, Kingambit, Weezing, P2, and sorry, Volcarona. How do we get rid of this Weezing? What if it's not neutralizing gas and it's like, I don't know, levitate or something? We have to assume it's neutralizing gas, I guess. I'm gonna go Frosmoth. Like, I really want to use Frosmoth. And I think I can go Frosmoth Sneasler immediately to pressure the Kingambit. Right? I want to bring Pelipper. And I think I want to bring Incineroar. Even though there's a Kingambit, I still want to bring Incineroar. Yeah, I want to bring Incineroar. Because, like, maybe they don't bring Kingambit. Incineroar is very useful into Volcarona and Rillaboom. Unless the Volcarona is Terra Water or Terra Blast. Which kind of makes sense because you have the rain, so you can, like, maybe have that set. Weezing P2. Okay. Weezing P2. It is neutralizing gas. So, we don't have the Ice Skills ability. I'm going to go for Quiver Dance anyways. And this Weezing is kind of annoying. I'm not going to lie. I can close combat there. And I would do it. Forcing the Terra. Weezing switches out. Interesting. Into Volcarona. Okay. And they Terra the P2. Fine by me. Unless you're Terra Fly and Terra Blast. Don't be Terra Fly and Terra Blast. Oh, it's Terra Ground. Bro, you're in front of an Ice type. Why would you do this? Okay, so it's gonna go for Terra Blast, I imagine, here into Sneasler. But I think that's not the end of the world. Like, I might want to have Sneasler still for Kingambit later, but he just went for Trick Room. Interesting. I'm gonna Ice Beam you. And I'm gonna bring Pelipper. Instead of the rain. I'm 4 times weak to the... He brought Weezing, so he's gonna go for a Heat Wave, and I'm not gonna get the rain up, unfortunately. But I think... Yeah, I lose the Frostmoth now. With I didn't respect the Weezing switch in. Heat Wave is gonna KO me. Oh, I survive. Keep in mind that I'm 4 times weak to this thing, and I don't have the Ice Skills ability anymore. We get the freeze! Let's go, Frosmoth. I totally blanked there. I totally blanked. So I'm going to go for a Protect and bring Instant here. I didn't want to bring Instant because of the Kingambit. I need to eliminate this Weezing so I can start getting my ability back. Like, it's a 4-time super effective move. You might be asking, why didn't you use Terra? There's some Rillaboom in this team. So I don't want to Terra until I know the last one is not Rillaboom. And I thought I was fine with the, you know, the +1 plus the rain, but he just blocked my rain. That was very smart on Patricio's side. Frozen Solid. Heat Wave. Is this Volcarona Cover Cloak? because if it's cover cloak, could be a problem. I'm gonna Terra here. I have to Terra. I'm just gonna fake out a Weezing in case. They cannot Terra the Volcarona anymore. And I don't think you're gonna Giga Drain that slot. They could Terra Blast. Technically. If they have the move. They should have Terra Blast. Okay, they switch out Volcarona. Into Kingambit. Okay, no Rillaboom at least. So I could have Terra the Frosmoth earlier to avoid that 90% damage. It's just that, you know, I didn't know if Rillaboom was in the back or not. Fake out into Weezing is not enough. Come on. That's a lot of damage. That's not AV Kingambit. So we protect Flare Blitz here, right? They might also protect the Kingambit. But like, if they protect Kingambit, I am faster next turn anyways. Because Trick Room is over. Okay, Patricio switching out the Weezing. To give me the to give him the Defiant boost. But unless your Kingambit has low kick. Okay, he went for protect. I still think I'm fine. Because I Flare Blitz Quiver Dance here to avoid the Sucker Punch. And now I do have my ability. Yeah, I just go for Quiver Dance, Flare Blitz again. Should be fine. I should never let this Kingambit get a Sucker Punch, of course. And even if the Volcarona has, for some reason, like Rage Powder, let's say, I have Goggles, so I should be fine. Yeah, Sucker Punch there. I'm getting the Quiver Dance off. Now, the only way I lose Frosmoth here is if they have Giga Drain. But even with the Giga Drain, like, I am plus 2.5 skill, the ice skills. They went for Quiver Dance themselves. Okay. Fine, bro. Okay, so we get rid of the Kingambit. That's why I said, like, that's my best play overall. Like, the last turn of Trick Room, I just protect Flare Blitz. If you protect, next turn I'm faster, and I just click Quiver Dance Flare Blitz. Anyways. So Weezing comes here. And I should just Terra Blast the Volcarona. Volcarona is +1. I'm +2. Depending on how this Volcarona is trained, I could be slower. I think, honestly, I just KO the... Yeah, I just KO the Weezing and click Party Shot. The battle was cancelled. I'm sorry, Patricio. You tried. Like, of course, the freeze on the Weezing was not something I was suspecting to happen. Honestly, the game would have been so different had I just tear the Frosmoth early game, but I usually don't want to do that because if my opponent has a Rillaboom on their team, I might, you know, be in trouble. So I prefer to delay the Terra as much as I can if that's the case, but if I tear there, like he went for a really good play, right? Like covering for my Pelipper switching with his Wisdom switching, so I don't get rain, and then my Ice Scales ability is also like negated completely. So the Heat Wave, the Frosmoth, even without the Ice Skills, 4 times super effective move, I managed to survive. That was huge. Yeah, and that was a great game. That was a very fun battle. GG to Patricio. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Also, leave a like on the video. That helps me a ton. And yeah, let's continue in a next video with more BGC Regulation H teams. See you. Bye-bye.